be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal. It helps support the show. What is up, Planeswalker Sterk 6, fresh and cut? Back to more Magic the Gathering Arena. Got some nice trim going on. I feel like I'm saying things poorly. Anyway, today we're playing some more Magic the Gathering Arena, obviously. We're playing some Eldrazi Storm. This is a 1,000-year Storm deck that takes advantage of Underworld Breach, allowing us to, you know, use cards before we die, and then we can use them later on to combo. It's fantastic. Underworld Breach is a fantastic card that essentially just helps us be able to use shocks or, you know, Bonecrusher Giants or whatever in the early game and still be okay because we're going to have access to those later in the game. So I'm going to go through the cards. Eldrazi's channel will be linked in the description. Ali, he's a cool dude. You know, he makes cool Magic content. He's great. For Ops, we want to scry one and draw a card. What's fantastic about Opt is you get to play it early, and once you play it late, it is kind of the card that is going to be that linchpin. You need one more Opt to get there with your Storm. But it's great because it fills the yard, and it goes through the deck for you. For Shocks, it's 2 damage in the early game to kill a creature. It's 2 damage in the late game to kill your opponent. I'm actually going to talk about Underworld Breach last. For Growth Spiral, we want to be able to ramp up to our 6 mana spell as fast as we can, and Growth Spiral really helps us do that. Additionally, if we are comboing off, having additional Growth Spirals essentially means that we can net gain mana. As long as we still have lands to use to put onto the battlefield with the Growth Spirals, the additional copies will be not costing us any extra mana, but giving us some lands, so very helpful. Speaking of lands, we are running 25. We're trying to get a 6-drop in play. For Thassa's Intervention, this is a fantastic card. One, we can, if we have to, cast this for 4 mana to draw 2 cards, essentially. And once again, we're okay with doing that in the early game because we have access to Underworld Breach later. Additionally, this card's fantastic because it allows us to hold up counter magic while we are holding up a bunch of our other spells, our draw spells, etc. So this is just a very helpful card. Blah, blah, blah. 2 Bonecrusher Giants. It's great. It can act as removal, just like Shock. It can act as late game damage, just like Shock. But it also is a blocker that we can play if we have to, or honestly, we can cast this as an attacker against some control decks. For Thirst for Meaning, kind of one of the best cards that could have been added to this deck. And the reason for that is we're getting really deep with this deck, right? With this card. We're getting 3 cards deep. And then if we have to, you know, if we need the cards in hand, then we can just discard, you know, an excess Wilderness Reclamation or an excess 1,000-year Storm or something like that. Or, even if we have those cards, but we want more cards in the graveyard to fuel our Underworld Breach, we can go ahead and decide to discard that Wilderness Reclamation and a land, right? And this helps us keep our graveyard fed for our Underworld Breach. Now, it's important to note that other than Storm's Wrath and our, you know, enchantments, all of our spells are instants. And the reason it's important to note is because, let's say you're in a situation where your last shock that you need to cast it's over in the graveyard, or it's over in your library or something. Thirst for Meaning, maybe you have very few cards left. You have too many Thirst for Meanings on the stack, it's fine. You shock them at instant speed, it's great. Once you get enough either cards in your graveyard to escape a shock that you already had, or you draw your last shock, it's fantastic. You just go ahead and do it in response. But you do need to be careful. This card can draw you real deep, real fast. 1 Chemister's Insight, it's just essentially an additional way to draw a decent number of cards. 2 Storm's Wrath, it's a Wrath spell. We might need that. 4 Wilderness Reclamation, as I said, a lot of instants here. This kind of lets us get away with shenanigans, because what you have, right, is you'll have your 1,000-year Storm, you'll cast your Underworld Breach, and Underworld Breach has this ability until it's gone at the end step. This trigger will go on the stack, but you still have your mana, or you still have the ability to, you know, untap with Wilderness Reclamation to stack your to untap your lands on the stack. You have that above your Breach. You have all this mana to work with. You're casting things from your graveyard. Fantastic. So the cards that make this deck work. Let's start with 1,000-year Storm first, because it's the more obvious of the one. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it for each other instant or sorcery spell you've cast before this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies. Essentially, it turns all of your cards into Storm cards. What this means is, let's say I have a 1,000-year Storm down, I cast a Shock. All right, that is 1 Shock. After that, I cast a Growth Spiral. The first one will be on the stack. Thousand Year Storm will trigger, putting a second one on the stack, because there has been one spell that was cast from hand before it. Alright, so those Growth Spirals resolve. Now let's go ahead and cast a Thirst for Meaning. There's the original, and then the Thousand Year Storm trigger. Then we'll have two, because there were two spells that we cast beforehand, and bada bing bada boom, we have 3 of those on the field. So we're getting up in the Storm for triggers. Underworld Breach is an enchantment for 2 mana. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost, plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Underworld Breach. As I said, you essentially play this out. Whatever, you play Thousand Year Storm plus Underworld Breach in the same turn, even that's fine. Your Wilderness Reclamation, untap your lands. Before this trigger resolves, you play a bunch of instants, you hopefully win the game. If not, you can at the very least set yourself up to win the following turn. This is our mana base. Castle Vantress is very helpful here because with Wilderness Reclamation, it means that we can cast reaction spells and still manipulate the top of our deck to win the game. We all, of course, also have a couple of temples in here, just to make sure that we're getting where we want, and of course 3 Fabled Passage. Now, we're not running a ton of basics, we're running 5, but the reason we still want a decent number of Fabled Passage is because this is fuel for our Underworld Breach. It's fuel for our escape cards. There is a sideboard here. I'm only playing best of 1, but you can kind of see what the sideboard's for. Gruul nonsense. Blue-white nonsense. Nonsense. Super fast aggro. Likely white. And then control. But I'm just going to play in some standard ranked best of 1. I've not practiced with this deck yet, so I will often go heavy into the tank. Hopefully you don't mind. I'm going to go often into the tank. Alright, this hand could be better because we could have green. We are going first, so I think I'm probably going to Fabled Passage into a forest and the following turn play Growth Spiral. Yeah, I think this is fine. We like the Growth Spiral, essentially, is what we're looking at here. Now, Ollie had a Will and Rowan card back, and I don't know how to get that, but I want it. If you, or anyone you know, has that as a card back, please tell me. I want it. I need it. I don't know what I have to offer. I'll probably be getting codes at some point. Sure, I think I just exile a Vantress here. And we're gonna just chuck this in. Ooh, well, I kind of want to opt. Yeah, I think I want to set up an opt. Those for meaning. 3 mana, 4 mana. I'm gonna put this away. Okay, shock's nice. That's also nice. And we're gonna go ahead and I think I'm fine paying 2 for this. We're just gonna pass the turn here. The reason I'm fine paying 2 is I probably want to cast Chemister's Insight and hold this for right now. They might play Drill Bit, which would suck a lot, which actually makes me think I'm going to kill this. Well, they can still cast Drill Bit, so I'm fine with them. Yeah, Iara, that's fine. Don't care. You do nothing for me. I need to get this Thousand Year Storm out. Okay, got a Breach, got a Storm. Fantastic. Let's see. I would like to try and get to a Wilderness Reclamation this turn. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. And then here I can, I'll flash in the Chemisters, drop the Shock. Take. You're not attacking with Ira. Alright. They could go land, cast the Nightmare Man. The Demon. Okay, they do. I would rather just kill the Yark Fenlurker. I'm fine with that. I just didn't want to deal with them getting that trigger. Sure. All thirst for meaning. Alright, we got a reclamation. I'm going to... Because I think I'm going to want Storm's Wrath here to wipe this board. That would come back, put me to 11. Gary would put me down by an additional 5, down to 6. I don't have another red source. Fudge. I'm gonna drop the Storm then. Thassa's Intervention. Okay. Well. No, I think I'm just gonna pass the turn here. I'm gonna make sure that I don't have auto order triggered abilities on. So it takes 6 down to 6. That's not great. I can exile something from my graveyard, but honestly, there's nothing really in my graveyard that I care to get back necessarily. 2 mana. I think I'm fine letting them decide to take Thassa's Intervention if they want. If they choose Thousand Year Storm, they're incorrect. Underworld Breach is probably the correct choice here. With Thassa's Intervention, I would probably look for a Storm and a lands. Nope, they took the Intervention, that's fine. Fenlurker. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I just lose to the curve. Yeah. I think I kind of have to get rid of Underworld Breach here. I think I'm dead now. Because he sees both of those die. Well, he ordered the triggers wrong. I think I lose. 2 shocks left in the deck. They cast... No, I lost regardless. Damn. I get to play Jank, because I'm at the bottom of Platinum. Alright, let's rock another game. El Diablo. El Diablo. Alright, this hand should be better. Keyword is should. It's an aggro deck. Never great to see. Do I want to opt on turn 1? Yeah, kinda. So is it Rakdos or is it mono black? It's mono black. Or it's a bad draw for Rakdos, because usually Rakdos is gonna want the Night Girl on too. Drill bit. I assume they're gonna take 1,000 Year Storm. No, they should take Growth Spiral. That or Underworld Breach. Taking 1,000 Year Storm doesn't really matter too much because it's not going to be relevant to her quite a while. Yeah, my opponent's smart. Yep, mono black. I love it. That went from a good hand to a bad hand. Okay. I can take a minimum of 12 next turn. And there's nothing in my deck that can deal with this. I've lost. I wish my opponent wasn't as good. Alright, apparently this deck is too jank, even though Antrazi did fine with it. He was in standard event is where he played it. There's no way that's the correct place to play it. Nah. Nah. When the fuck did I get 10,000 gold? I don't know. We're just gonna head over to the cash queue. See if it changes a damn thing. I doubt it. I bet we're gonna go up against another mono black deck. Mono black is the new mono red. It's ubiquitous and it'll kill you real quick. It's bad hand, I guess. His hand's okay, I guess. I believe Wilderness Reclamation is more important than Underworld Breach. Waiting for that turn 1 swamp. Alright, Temple of Silence. Alright, well, who knows? Alright, Temple of Mystery. Nah, fuck you. Abzan. Abzan Doom Foretold. Shoot. Well, that's not good for me. I'll keep that, I guess. Not Doom Foretold. Because Doom Foretold wouldn't play this. I played the Mountain just so I could potentially Thassa's Intervention for 2 if my opponent plays something scary. But I'm willing to bet this deck has Casualties of War, which is just not good for me. Okay, this is Doom Foretold. Yeah, I don't want them to draw that much. They only have access to 1 mana here, and this would be twice. So they'd have to pay 2. I'm fine with that. Then I can Wilderness Reclamation into Chemister's Insight. I'm waiting for them to go land casualties. Oh, thank goodness. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Alright, they put that on the bottom. Good for me. I'm waiting for a good old-fashioned Doom Foretold now. What? Why? I am very confused. So I kind of want to keep Thassa's Intervention in my hand. In my hands, I'm gonna cast my Chemister's Insights. I'm going to get rid of Storm's Wrath. Alright, fuck it, I'll kill the goose. I make food, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so I can intervention for 6 total mana, so they shouldn't be able to just fuck me with anything. That's fine. Why Wishclaw Talisman though? I'm very curious. This is very obviously like a Doom Foretold deck. Sure, Oath of Kayami. I don't care. I'll Thassa's Intervention for 3. Essentially just to draw 2. Gilded Goose? Yeah, I don't care. Sure. I would very much like a 1,000-Year Storm. Why, hello there, Mr. Kenobi. Okay, so I can have that. I don't want the Storm. I've already used a Thassa's Intervention, right? Yeah. I'm just worried about a freaking casualties, man. I think I'm gonna take Opt. I messed that up. I need to make sure this stays. Okay, that's fine. I don't like that. That's 6 mana. Are you casting Casualties of War? If you cast Derek, I don't care. That goes onto the top, correct? No, it puts it in hand. But that they won't have enough mana for Casualties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they only have 5 mana. Oh, I don't get to see what it is. That's lovely. Why would you give that to me? That's what I want to know. I think I want that shock on top. Of course, the first non-meta deck that I run into is a deck that counters mine. Fuck off. Man, I wish I had that Storm's Wrath. 1, 2... I guess I can Underworld Breach it. Yeah, okay. That's whatever, I guess. I might as well attack. My lands are gone and they're never coming back. Seems like an awful Underworld Breach, but I do need to not die. Oh, I'm stupid. God, I wish you could take this back. 1, 2, 3, yeah, I didn't need to play that. Whatever, I'll pay 2. Underworld Breach. Storm's Wrath. Exile these because I don't have a way to... Oh, wait, I can escape those? Alright, well, we'll hold on. We'll hold on. Wilderness Reclamation. 5 mana. I don't have Thousand Year Storm, though, so... It's only 3? I think I'm going to get rid of these, then. Because I can potentially get another Underworld Breach. Yeah. I didn't realize I could do that. Who would have thought? Alright, they have 1 card, I have 1 card. Psych, I have many cards. Okay, that is not what I expected. I don't need the shock anymore. Gross Pile. Another Gross Pile is probably fine. Like, I'm not under pressure right now, luckily. Yeah. This is an odd deck. Interesting. But odd. Alright, if I cast this... Yeah, I should be able to play this with a Gross Barrel as well. I just have to tap these. Sure, tap however you want. I am dumb. I didn't realize I would have to do this. But whatever, it's fine. I'm at 9. Who cares? At this point, I need Breach. I 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 2, 4, 6. Damn. I need Breach in 2 more lands. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so let's see. Pass the turn. And the reason I'm doing things at instant speed here is because if they have another Savage the Clans, I want them to not be able to do it, like, just yet. They're not playing anything else. So I have no idea what they could have. I assume maybe they just have a bunch of creature removal. I'm waiting for them to exile my entire graveyard, though. Alright, Thirst for Meaning should help. What are you playing at, opponent? Okay, this makes things a little bit easier. Not a lot, just a little. I'm gonna play clans. I'm gonna play the rabbit. Is it Savage of the Clans? What is it? Rampage of the Clans. You're gonna play a trash Gruul card? No, I think it might exile my deck. Is this? If this is fucking Erebos' intervention, the sadness is going to be put onto the stack. I played against discard my hand, literally counter my deck. I'm very sad. I just wanted to combo kill my opponent. Is that too much to ask? My opponent somehow counterpicked my ass. What is this? I think I need to hold opt to just hope. Damn. I'm at a potential 4 because of Retributive Wounded. I don't even know why my opponent decided to shock there. I'm saving the opt because... Not because of that. I mean, even if I get Wilderness Reclamation, I still just lose. Like... Or 1,000-Year Storm. I wasn't even going to. I have to do this because if they have Rampage of the Clans... Oh, no, I'm dead regardless. It doesn't matter. Yeah, if they have Rampage, then this deals 5 to me, and then I take 3. Or I take 6. Well, that was a thing. Thanks, patrons, for allowing me to continue playing this game. I don't know if I can, in good conscience, ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, because I got destroyed. And you could be saying, well, Theorix, why don't you just, you know, re-record? It's fine. You don't need to show us the games where you lose. No, I gotta show you the game. I gotta show you the decks as they operate. And, that's bad. I watched Ollie's video and it seemed fine. I don't know what happened. Alright, well. Until next time, I will be one, I guess. Bye.